At Mamba_Ward98. He says, I started MMA without knowing anything but about MMA. My friend invited me to his gym, and I fell in love with the sport after that. So he's been training MMA, and here he is making his debut here in the Combatagon in Hillsboro. Thanks again for joining us here this evening. Our first time down in Tampa. We're really looking forward to it. We've got 15 amateur fights on our undercard, followed by 9 pro fights on our main card. We are looking forward to it. Christopher Ward making his final preparations before entering the Combatagon. Getting checked out by the official. Shout out to some of our sponsors, including CSI companies, Advent Care, and of course, Fat Boy Jiu-Jitsu. Getting started a little early, folks still filing in.
And his opponent out of the red corner from San Jose, Costa Rica, representing Gracie Brandon. Give it up for Ruben Matamoros.
All right, his opponent, Ruben Matamoros, 5'10", 155 pounds, from San Jose, Costa Rica. Fights out of Gracie Brandon, a Taekwondo practitioner with a 1-0 record in his kickboxing career. He predicts a second round TKO for himself. Wants to give a shout out to Jesus Christ. Check him out on his socials at Costa MMA 33. And a little factoid about him is he played semi-pro soccer coming out. So strong kicks. Ruben Matamoros making his final preparations before getting into the Combatagon. I am your host for the evening, Ramsey White, joined by our ring announcer pulling double duty. And we're all set to go.
Yeah, this is Miles the Black Santa Amos here. Excited to get these fights started. This is the first time Combat Night is in Tampa, Florida. I'm excited. New city, same fights.
In the red corner, we have Ruben Matamoros, and in the blue corner, Chris Ward. And here we go. Chris comes out active and aware, throwing some kicks and making Ruben miss.
Yeah, Chris comes in with a record of 2-1, and Ruben just 1-0. So definitely the experience here will go along to Christopher Ward, 3 fights versus Ruben's just 1.
Tries a high kick there, slits.
But so far, both fighters seem calm and collective, feeling each other out in this first minute of this kickboxing round. But these are 3 2-minute rounds. So yeah, you want to take your time and feel your opponent out. But you don't want to take too much time now because those 2 minutes do go by fast. That was a slip. Especially as for the first fight of the evening, there's might be a couple jitters, couple nerves. The fans, the crowd is still coming in here, so it's quiet. So right now, both fighters could hear everything that their corner is saying. They can hear everything that the other opponent corner is saying.
Ward really looking to land a head kick.
Yeah, even though both fighters haven't thrown too much volume here, Christopher Ward, he definitely seems like the one to take control the center of the Combatagon here. he's the one keeping Ruben on the outskirts. And he's definitely feeling himself as he's coming in with his hands low, feeling cocky.
Last few seconds of the first round. Big swing and a miss there.
Both of those fighters throughout that round were trying to go for the gusto there, throwing those high spinning kicks.
Let's go, man.
Now after that first round, it was definitely close. Neither one of the fighters landed too much assertion or dominance or aggression, but I definitely have to give that first round to Christopher Ward. He definitely took control of the Combatagon. He definitely was, feeling himself landing slightly more punches and kicks there. It seemed like Ruben was a little bit hesitant to throw strikes to really get everything off, as he was just bouncing around the outside. In situations like this, where it's a toss-up, it's a split for that first round. It's definitely the fighter that held his own. Definitely the fighter that took control of the center. Even though they didn't throw too much, he still established his control and his dominance by taking control of the center of the Combatagon.
Made me feel shaky and like I have no balance. When I got on this side, I was just scared.
We are joined now by Mr. Josh Barron as well, Combat Night veteran. Welcome.
How are y'all?
I'm
Happy to be
scared
here.
when kids get close to me. I'm trying. I put my fear aside to be up here
Round number
already.
2 coming up.
So far, it seems like they were dominant first round. Not bad.
All right, as we get things started in this second round, I hope if I was in Ruben's corner, I'd be telling him, hey, man, you're down that round. Yeah, it was close, but you're down that round. I need to see more aggressiveness.
You need volume.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely volume, yes. Even though Christopher Ward is throwing more strikes, you notice that his hands are really down. He's really feeling himself. So far, he doesn't respect Ruben whatsoever, the way he's just bouncing on the outside with his hands essentially right at his hip.
He's definitely taking advantage of his ranges. He feels safe.
A lot of redness on the lead leg of Matamoros.
Yeah, anytime Chris wants to throw that kick, he's landed it. And there's nothing it seems like Ruben could do. And then the more kicks that Chris throws at Ruben's leg, the less he eats it up and the less he's able to move around. If you can't move around, then you can't punch. You can't move around, you can't evade punches. So chop at low at the body and then work your way up. And I imagine going into the second round and the third round, Christopher Ward being the more experienced fighter. He's starting off low, and then guaranteed by the second and the third round, he's going to start going up high, as he just did there.
It's a good job by Christopher Ward. He keeps going low, setting. Now he can land that high kick. He's got him actually reacting to that low kick.
Exactly, low, and then come back up high. And right now, he's just playing with Ruben. He's keeping him on the outside. Again, continue like he did in the first round, establishing dominance and control of the center of the Combatagon. That's what the referees want to see. They want to see who's taking control, who's standing there in the center, and just playing with their opponent on the outside. Every time Ruben thinks he wants to come in and, punch or a little bit of head movement, Chris is still keeping his ground in the center. Oh. A little bit of a cup check there, but doesn't seem to phase Christopher Ward.
Oh, digging into the body.
Hard body shot.
Again, in that second round there, Christopher definitely started to walk away with the round there. Again, Ruben is still hesitant to throw anything, and as the time goes on, Christopher Ward is just throwing more shots. Whatever he wants, it seems like he's able to throw. A lot of kicks, high volume, low kicks, and both head kicks. So far, I got it on the scorecard, 2-0. Christopher Ward is up with both rounds.
Without a doubt.
No stool for Christopher Ward in the second round. Always an interesting decision. A flex, if you will.
Yeah, some people got a stool, some people don't have a stool. Here's my opinion. When you're at the gym sparring, 10 rounds, however many rounds you're going, are there stools at the gym? No. Are you doing just fine at the gym? Yeah. So I really don't see the need, per se, to have a stool when you're in there. All the stool does show, as you see here for Ruben here, is that he's tired. He's bent over, he's hunched over, a little bit late there, to get up off the stool. So all you're doing is showing your opponent, hey, I'm tired. If you really keep going, I might just give up.
That left leg is lit up, front and back.
Oh, yes, it's red all over.
Third and final round. jump kick into the body.
Taking the center again.
At this point, Christopher Ward continues to establish his dominance in the center of the cage and is just picking Ruben apart as he just tries to evade the shots as much as he can, just hanging on the outside.
Ward, oh, nice check there. Ward's barely throwing his hands at all.
No, yeah, a lot of kicks. He's feinting a lot of head movement, a lot of hip switches. So Ruben really doesn't know what's going to come. Is it going to come a power kick, a body kick, a head kick? He's doing a lot of movement, a lot of just mini slight adjustment, a lot of mini feints.
At this point, he's just not really facing that much offense. He just seems to
Yeah, minute left of this third round so far. It seems like Chris, as time goes on, he's just running away with this fight here now. That first round, it was a little bit competitive back and forth, but definitely in the second round and continuing on in the third round, Chris Ward is walking away with this.
He's fighting the ideal fight for this rule set in terms of kicks are valued higher than punches, and he's racking them up. Now he's letting the hands fly a little bit.
Yeah. But he had it done right. Kick up the legs so the person can't move so much. Kick a lot of body kicks so you see the redness there on Ruben's abdomen there. So if my ribs and my stomach and my abs, starting to get lit up, then that's going to make my breathing difficult. So he already knocked out my legs. I can't walk. Now he's targeting my breathing. I can't breathe. There's really nothing left for Ruben at this point.
They just teeing him off and they're going around.
Yep, last 10 seconds pouring it on here.
Yeah, the speed of Christopher Ward just a little too much for Ruben Matamoros to handle. It'll go to the judges' scorecards to get the official decision. But that was a great performance by Christopher Ward in a hard-fought contest by Ruben. He just did not have the answer.
Unfortunately, so it just seemed like a dominant performance. It was very, very tough to hang with him. Congratulations, Chris.
Yes.
Taking that third match. Way to set the tone for Combat Night Tampa.
Great first fight of the evening for Combat Night Tampa. Christopher Ward understood his assignment.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the judges have reached a decision. Your winner with a score of 30-27 by all three judges, unanimous decision. Out of the blue corner, Christopher Mamba Ward.
Congratulations, Chris Ward, for a dominant performance.
Yes, congrats to him. He has the distinct honor of being the first